Hey guys, or hey sunshines as I must say. So I thought today we would do a quick garden tour or walk around to see what's blooming and how things are going. I know I've been telling you all a lot about the different spaces, but let's just take a whole look at the area today. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start this garden tour walkabout at a different place today, as I try to do with every kind of walk through. We're going to start right at the shed. So we still have these petunias going strong. They're very pretty. I got these on clearance and I didn't expect them to even go this long, but they have, and I'm grateful. And then over here we have some things that are ready to go in the ground, and we will talk about that on a later day. I cleaned my table off for you guys. Right here we have, and I'm not going to go through every plant, but these two plants right here, these hydrangeas are going to go in the ground soon. It's time to get them in the ground. But these hydrangeas, they bloomed. There's no blooms on this one right now, but they bloomed so good for me. Big blooms, as you can see on this hydrangea right here. This is lantana. It's so pretty. This is my first year with lantana. But as I was talking about in the last video about the terracotta pots, it dries out. So I just have it sitting in this little basin thing, whatever you want to call it, right here. But it's super duper pretty. And I will get lantana again. I say I will get a lot of things again, but then I forget when the time comes. But hopefully I won't. And then we have this little planter set up right here. They just have this little planter set up right here. Just has some hostas in it and some sedum. And then this is what is that? I forgot what that is. Anyways, you'll hear that a lot. That's why I'm not going to talk about every plant. And so most of the vegetable garden is starting to, I'm starting to take things out, but we have a lot of marigolds. This is that mum. When I split up that mum, my apple tree, I think I told you all before, like this one right here doesn't give me any apples. I don't know if I'm going to get whatever, a sibling, whatever you call it for it, or if I'm going to just pull it out. This bed I recently emptied out. This mum, I'm going to just leave it here, but as you can see, they're growing. They're producing. There's another one over here. They're fine. So we'll have a couple of mums for next year, and we'll do a better job with them. And if I'm going to split them, I better do it in the spring. Y'all, my dapple willow trees, I'm so sad. This was a major purchase for me. Like, I paid full price for them. They're not dead, but if you all can help me, I've been trying to find like a YouTube video about dapple willow trees unsuccessfully finding anything, but I don't know if it's like too much water. I'm going to take them out of the pots and see if that helps. That's what I'm going to do, but I don't want them to die. And this one, look at it. It's like a skeleton. And I know it's almost time for things to die back, but not yet. Look at this one. I didn't shake the dead off of this, but oh my gosh. Right here in this planter, I have some recovering plants. This is my hospital. Right here, we have Sweet Williams. This is a trailing plant. It needed more shade. I had it. Where did I have it? I had it on a wall. It was getting too hot. Those are those ladies' mantles that have been struggling. I think this one's dead. I think that one's dying. I don't know what's going on. This right here is a spirea that we planted on a hill. And I told y'all, it said, get me off of here. So I tucked it in there. This is a rhododendron that said, get me off the hill. I tucked it here. These are all my collard greens that something's been eating them, but they'll grow back, or I'll pull them out and give them to the chickens. This right here was something I dug from someone's garden that gave it to me. It's a Rose of Sharon, but it don't look good, and it's okay because I'm going to actually pull it out because it's not a sterile Rose of Sharon, which means it drops babies everywhere, and I don't want Rose of Sharon running wild, so I'm going to be discarding that anyways. My little planter's doing good. What else we have over here in the vegetable garden? Not much. I pulled all the green beans. That's some Swiss chard, basil. That was green beans, but I pulled them. These are the Russian sage plants that I have here for now, and hopefully I'll find a spot for them, probably on a hill garden because they really like a lot of sun, but these two survived. We have celery. This celery was so tall, I just picked a whole bunch of celery, and I'm gonna have to do it again. This is just full of marigolds, which are gorgeous to me. They don't smell the best, but they're gorgeous. This is these are cowpeas. Look at that marigold. These right here are cowpeas growing up these poles, which are just curtain rods. I use what I got. This is a potato plant trying to grow. Remember, I already dug up my potato bed, but right here, this is something I left. I must have left a potato in there, so it's growing. This right here, I don't want to really raise it because I just try not to show. Let me go to another angle. Because this planter right here has alyssum in it, and then it has my tall sunflowers, which the bees and birds have been enjoying. And it's making my trellis lean over, but that's nasturtium. That's what that was on that shed, nasturtium. Aren't they so pretty? I didn't even know that I had a climb in nasturtium. So that's what we have here. So let's fix that trellis. Back here, these hydrangeas, I have 4 of these bloomstruck hydrangeas, and they have done the best in this spot. They have done excellent here. We're going to come back to this whole area. As I told you all before, I'm going to be working in this area. This is where I pulled the sweet potatoes. I'm going to be working in this area, so we're going to discuss that and move forward in another video. These are my hibiscus that I put back over here because they did not like that location, but they're doing okay. But I know it's almost time for things to die back, so I'm not too worried. These are the other. One is a bloomstruck hydrangea. I forgot which one this is, but they look so much better. I had them in the part shade garden. They did not like it over there, and they were like, I thought they were going to die, so I pulled them up and I tucked them in here with this little cute sunflower. This was the bed that had all the zinnias in, but I took all the zinnias out and left this one. Isn't it gorgeous? Sunflower. And so they look so much better. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. So I'm going to keep them in this area. So let's take a look at this area. We have the rhododendron over there. We have a rhododendron here. This area is doing okay. What I am noticing is that I planted something here, and I'm gonna have to look it up. And I think I thought it died, and so it came back. So I'm gonna have to look up what it is. I did go in here and move out a bunch of I think it was 3 plants. It was cat mint and salvia. They were dying, and so I moved them. Hopefully they didn't fully die, but you can't even tell, like, I took them out, and so I will have to replace them. And hopefully this this bees balm, I don't know if it's still growing, it's alive. I just don't know if it needs more sun, and if I need to move it, I'll move it. Same thing with the phlox. I'm noticing that this is not where that sunny. There's some sun shifting over here now, but it's not like hard sun, like a lot of sun. This balloon flower has bloomed its head off and done great. Something's actually digging. I don't know what it is. It's always something. More bees balm. This plant is gorgeous. The tag is on it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to have to move this. And I think the last time that I talked about this plant, I said the wrong name. So I'm not going to say it. But I need to move this forward because you guys see the chickens are actually eating this. Right, Brown? Okay. Hostas. This right here is aster. We have our lamium. Here's another lady's mantle that's been in the ground for, has to be a year. And look how small it is. I don't know. I'll have to show you all my other ladies' mantle when we get to that side, because daylilies, more bees balm, catmint, beautiful black eye Susan. So bees balm, catmint, forgot the name of this one, but I think Mr. Brown uses the bathroom on this one. I have to figure out how to stop him. But it's as you can see, it has new leaves. That's that rhododendron in that pot. It's looking good. Same thing here. You see, that's the same plant, and you see how much greener it is. It has a little brown in, but it looks nothing like that one. This is a black eye Susan. I've been cutting my black eye Susans back, you know, cutting them back and deadheading them and things like that. So I don't know if I'll get more blooms on this one. Have some sedum. We have this plant here. Why can't I think of it? This is an annual that I planted from seed, but it's pretty growing up there. More catnip. Things just repeat itself. I recently was gifted some more daisies, and I planted them here, and once they started growing and rooting, I just cut the stem back, and now we have a daisy plant. The other thing I have to fix in this area is that my chickens, the hens, they love to do their dirt bath right here, so they kick up so much dirt on these plants, and so I gotta fix that. But today they're not so dirty, but you see that coreopsis is pretty dirty. And this is Speedwell. More of that daisy. That's another lady's mantle that just doesn't look hot to me. Okay. These right here, I believe they are pincushion flowers. I just cut back the dead, so they're coming back up. Salvia again. So many repeats. So many repeats. These things that are looking a little shabby, but I know it's that time of the year. Repeats, repeats, repeats. This right here this is like a mint plant. Those plants that I took out, those planters are doing. I recently just stuck these two hostas here and this rhododendron because they were literally dying where I had them. I have like I think I showed you all before in another video when I was putting some hostas over there. I had a line of rhododendron and I added some hostas, and these two rhododendrons for whatever reason just always needed water. And so I think it's because of the tree. So I moved them here just the other day and they perked up. They literally looked like this all the way around. So that piece might just be dead, but the rest of the plant is fine. So, okay. We are going in the part shade, part sun garden. The little limelight hydrangea is doing okay. I think I gave it too much water, but as you can see, those yellow leaves, but everything is looking good. These buddleias, these false cypress, we have some phlox, we have some sedum, and all the things. Everything is looking good. The grasses are blooming. It's really, I'm happy. I'm happy. This hydrangea bloomed really, really good for me as well. So these are our lemon corbel sedums. I hope they come back next year. I've been taking like little pieces of sedum, and as you can see, sticking them in spots so that they can grow. I've been doing the same thing with the lamium. Let's get up close and personal. This is the only praying hands hosta. At least I know the name of this hosta. It's a praying hands hosta. I hope I can split it. There's a lot of moving and shifting that I'm going to need to do over the next couple of weeks, but we'll get it done. I really wish this fern would grow bigger for me. I have two of them, but I don't know. I guess the roosters want to crow at the same time. Lord. Here we are with our heucheras. That Jacob's ladder. I'm going to be moving that up there with the other ones. But it's looking real good over here in the part sun, part shade garden. There's, like I said, a lot of moving that I need to do that I realize that some plants need more sun. Some plants need less sun. So I'm just going to move it. Remember those heucheras we planted up? They're doing fine. I'm hoping that they just get bigger so I can plant them out. And then those little hosta we planted, those two are growing. This one is going to make its way. More heuchera or corbel. Let's see. Then we have some sedum over here. Some more black-eyed Susie, some spirea, some phlox. It's looking good. The Japanese spurge is doing fine. It doesn't seem to be spreading wildly or anything. This is like a vine that's an annual. It was in the chicken coop, but it fell. So I thought it looked cute right there. So what else we got? We got some Gara. This right here, oh my gosh, I'm so glad to come check this out. This is a viburnum. I've never seen it the way I seen it yesterday. It was like completely like thirsty for water, and I hadn't been out here for a couple of days. It's just so busy, and it has not rained. I don't know where you all are, but in Massachusetts we really could use a great pouring of rain. We have not gotten rain, but this viburnum, I've never seen this look so thirsty, but I'm so glad that the water helped it. I've been taking lamium and just pulling it up and sticking it in spots so it can grow all in front of here between lamium and sedum. That's my only bleeding heart that is still standing. Even this azalea was crying for water. I was like, oh my gosh, Gara, more of that, more sedum. This right here, oh, this is another Coreopsis. I don't know the name of it, but it has these pretty yellow flowers. Okay, another viburnum. Things are repeating themselves. This pot has been going strong and it looks so good. So do you all see the difference? Like as soon as I got over here to this pot, this right here is nothing but sun. Over here, you see where Mr. Brown is? There's a little sun, and then you get down there, there's a little more sun at the top, but it's not that sunny over here at all. But this half is nothing but sun. There is a tree, but it doesn't cover this half. But that pot has done so well all summer long. Remember when we planted those serendipity alliums? I've only gotten 2 blooms off them. We'll see what happens next year. And so everything is looking good. What I did the other day is I took clippings from the sedums. This is why I love sedum, because you can just put them in the ground and they will root. And so I thought it would be nice if like all around this, because I don't plan on moving this bird bath, but I thought all around this bird bath, if sedum just came up, would be so pretty. And it already looks pretty. So what I did was took clippings from that sedum and then a couple of other sedums I have around and just stuck them in the ground and watered them in. And so I didn't do it on this side because this phlox blooms so pretty. I don't want it to block this phlox, so I didn't do it right here, but I may put some behind the phlox so I can have a few sedum plants. This is autumn joy sedum, and I can have a ton of that. That's a pincushion, azalea, my viburnum. This right here, I might have to take this out and move it to a shadier spot. It needs so much water. So I think I'm going to be pulling that up. I gave it a lot of water yesterday, so it perked back up. It's an azalea. It blooms purple. So I think I'm going to pull that up and possibly try it over there in the other part where it's more shady. Because like I said, this corner is super hot and well, the sun beams here. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that. So let's keep moving. So over here on the wall garden, when we look at the wall, we're going to be doing some work up here. We have mainly hosta. I always say there's mainly hosta on the wall garden. I've tried different plants up there and I've had to literally remove them. So I think I'm going to stick with hosta, and I'm going to do a little bit of moving up there in that space. And then right here, we have some zinnias growing up in here. We have a peony that I hope will bloom next year. We have some sedum stuck back there. Can't think of what this is. It's not sage. What is this? Is it? No, it's not sage, but it's blooming again. Can't think of what it is. I have some on the other side too. We have a rose that's about to bloom. We have some salvia, lamium. We have some bees balm that's growing up, some sedum. And look at, they came back with vengeance because we had some cooler days. We had some cooler days and they just popped right back up. Gorgeous. This black eye Susie was so big, or Susan was so big, but I've been cutting it back. Like I said, we've been having like low in the 50s at night, and today for whatever, and then 70s during the day, and for whatever reason we're back up in the 80s. So that's our monk daisy that's going to come, and we have this aster is blooming. This aster's in bloom. More sedum. Everything is just making me so happy. What I decided to do with that bird bath right there is I decided to go ahead and just tuck in sedum, because right now I have those petunias in there, but you know, they're gonna die out. But I just thought it would be nice to tuck some sedum in there because it can dry out this little bird bath and I wouldn't have to worry about it. And so we have that lilac that recovered. I put it back in its place with the bees all over the sedum. Oh my gosh. And so here's what I mean. Like, I'm going to try to, maybe I'll have to tuck those ladies' mantles in over here because they're doing great over here. Oh my gosh, that just lost me. What I was going to, the name of this. Oh, amaranth. Isn't that so pretty? Cascading down, like that amaranth is just so super duper pretty. That dianthus in there in the pot is still trying to push blooms, and all back here we got things going on. This is another aster. It hasn't bloomed yet. This is another lilac, and my lilac shrubs are supposed to be reblooming, but none of them have rebloomed. So I don't know. I cut back all the daylilies and I cut back this coreopsis, and so you know, it still looks full over here. And those zinnias are beautiful. So this wall garden is still looking good. And we've made our way all the way over to the hillside garden where we know what's already over here. So I'm not going to go over everything over here because we've been spending so much time over here. But I will tell you that those coneflowers are doing better because I've been making sure I come out to water. This dahlia is actually providing a little shade for this one. I don't know if I'm going to have to push that dahlia over, but we'll see. I didn't cut it back, although I can right now. I didn't deadhead it because I know the birds and stuff, you know, will eat from those coneflowers. And so I just left it. I did tuck a sedum up there as well. That plant that I told you all I adore that I thought was going to die on me, they bounce right back after the dose of water. So we've spent so much time in here, so I'm not going to go over everything. I wish I can remember what this plant is. It's reblooming over here too. So I have one on the wall, I have two in the part shade, and then I have one here. And the funny thing is the one in the part shade garden, there's two over there. I may have to move them because they're not blooming. They're not dying and they look fine, but they're not blooming. But we got to cut back this basil over here. It's ready to cut back. And here's where I pulled out that rhododendron and I went ahead and I tucked in some more salvia and catmint, and we'll see if it grows back. This one I cut all the way back, and this is already salvia, so it'll be like just a big block of salvia. But the roses are doing wonderful. This is like my favorite section. So the star of the show is obvious to me. It's the dahlias, But then this section right here where I have this dark purple sedum, and then I have the acastache, and then the butterfly bush. For some reason, I just love it. And depending upon what angle you look at it, it's just so gorgeous to me. And then can't leave out my eclipse hydrangea. And look, I gotta get my apples because the squirrels are bothering my apples. So let's look this way. This is the hill. I love it. And I didn't tell you all, but what is these? These are called the Boom Chocolata. Boom Chocolata. This again. Geraniums. I have 3. I don't know if the other one made it, but they were over there in the part shade garden. But I had to move them. They needed more sun, and they're doing great over here, except that one in the middle. I'm not sure it's dead. And finally, we got white blooms on this plant. The hydrangea is doing good. Look at all the blooms on this rose. Just beautiful. You have the phlox, and the other phlox I cut all the way back. And so we'll see if it grows back. If not, as long as we just have it next year. And I also cut back this Artemisia, which I really adore. I cut it back, and I cut it way back, but now that I'm here, it's already has grown bigger than what it was. I did tuck in too. That is a speedwell. That's speedwell. And then over here are all more veggies, mainly peppers. And I was gonna pull the pepper plants, but I didn't have the heart to. And they are doing wonderful. And then we have more marigolds. So I'm not gonna. Well, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for taking this journey with me. I hope you all have an awesome day. Be blessed. Bye.